In the quiet corners of the college library, two worlds collided. There was Jamie, who found more comfort in the company of books than people, and Ryan, the charismatic campus leader everyone looked up to. You'd think they had nothing in common, right? But between dusty shelves and the hushed whispers of turning pages, they found a shared language, a love for stories. Their late-night study sessions soon turned into deep conversations about everything and nothing. It turns out, Ryan, the guy who seemed to have it all figured out, had a secret. He wrote poetry beautiful, vulnerable verses he'd never shown anyone before Jamie. It was in those quiet moments, sharing secrets among the books, that they realized their differences were what made their connection so special. Despite the whispers and doubts from their friends, they found their own little world. And one evening, in the very aisle where they first met, a single, handwritten poem left in a book changed everything. Have you ever found a love story hidden between the pages of a book? Well, today's story isn't just in a book, it's about one. Meet Jamie, a self-proclaimed bookworm who felt more at home in the quiet aisles of the college library than anywhere else. Her world was neatly stacked, just like the shelves she loved. Then there's Ryan, the campus leader, always surrounded by people, his laughter echoing through the halls. On the surface, they were from two different universes, but the library, that magical place, had its own plans. Their paths crossed during a late-night study session. It started with a simple question about a classic novel, but soon, one conversation turned into many. They discovered a shared passion for literature that bridged the gap between their personalities. Ryan, the popular guy, was just as captivated by a beautifully written sentence as Jamie, the quiet observer, night after night, surrounded by the scent of old paper and ink. They didn't just study for exams, they studied each other. They debated characters, analyzed plot twists, and in doing so, they started to write their own story. Jamie found herself drawn to Ryan's energy, while Ryan was captivated by Jamie's quiet depth and sharp intellect. They were discovering that their differences weren't barriers, but fascinating new chapters to explore. Then, one evening, Ryan revealed a secret he'd kept hidden from his usual crowd. He pulled out a worn notebook and, with a nervous breath, shared his own poetry with Jamie. In his verses, she saw a vulnerability and a sensitivity that his public persona never showed. It was a side of him reserved just for her, a trust placed in her hands. This wasn't just campus leader Ryan. This was the real Ryan, and Jamie was falling for him. Of course, not everyone understood. Friends on both sides whispered, questioning what they could possibly have in common. The scrutiny was a test, but instead of pulling them apart, it pushed them closer. They found their common ground not in the approval of others, but in the quiet understanding they shared. The climax of their story didn't happen at a loud party, but in the hushed silence of their favorite library corner. One evening, Jamie found a book left on her usual table. Tucked inside was a poem, handwritten by Ryan, describing their journey from strangers to soulmates, right there among the books. As she looked up, he was standing there, a hopeful smile on his face. In that moment, among the stories of ages, their own love story truly began. It just goes to show you can find the most beautiful connections in the most unexpected places. Thanks for watching our story today. If you love stories about finding connection where you least expect it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next video.